Let's go to Sarah, which isn't your real name. You've asked for confidentiality. I'm not going to say where you're from, Sarah. How can I help you?
Agreement question. Sadly, 13 years ago, I signed an NDA under the NHS Mutually Agreed Resignation Scheme. I was targeted, I have to say, about this. I was being, bullied, really, whereby I was gagged. Now, with, Me Too, different things, can't buy my silence, I've decided to start talking about it. I do feel traumatised by the process, traumatised through it. And I don't want to necessarily do anything about it, but it's just I don't wish to have my story taken away from me. And now, obviously, SRA guidance has changed recently on NDAs, haven't they? Lawyers, though, when I contact them, would say, oh, no, you mustn't say anything. You could be, taken to court. You could be sued. You could end up in prison. I really don't know where I stand, but to be honest, I'm fed up with not being able to tell my story.
Sarah, has a lawyer really told you could end up in prison? Because that's just not true.
Well, via my union, actually, yeah.
Oh, they're talking drivel. You mentioned who you work for. I'm assuming, is this a friendly union with the employer?
Yes, it was the NHS.
Yeah, one that's probably more loyal.
I was a nurse.
Yeah,
so,
all right. So here's the position. If you signed a non-disclosure agreement, which is the polite way to describe what others call a gagging clause, if you signed a non-disclosure agreement, you have to stick to it legally, except nothing in a non-disclosure agreement can prevent you blowing the whistle or reporting a crime to the police. Now, if you think a crime was committed 13 years ago, you are free to report it to the police. Nothing in the NDA can stop you doing that. You can blow the whistle, but blowing the whistle normally involves reporting something to your employer. In exceptional circumstances, you can go to a regulator, and plainly there are regulators with the NHS. And in very, very limited circumstances, you can also go to the press. In essence, the reasons for going to the press have to be your employer's not taking it seriously or isn't interested in doing anything about it. Mm-hmm. I'm summarising here. It's very much in the public interest to disclose this. There is some attempt at cover-up. Well, all these boxes seem to be ticked so far. And you are not doing it for any form of personal gain. Mm. And in those circumstances, you're allowed to go to the press because it's deemed to fall within the blowing the whistle exception because NDAs cannot stop you blowing the whistle. What you can't do, Sarah, legally, is chat about it to your friends